Welcome to the Peeling It Back postgame show. I'm Brad Whitman. Sweets fall in the series finale versus the Corvallis Knights. It was a tough battle, but the Sweets fall 4-6 after a ninth inning 3-run showing from Corvallis, taking it in the end. It was a nail-biting finish, but ultimately some timely hitting from the Knights were able to steal Game 3 and take the final one in the series. But the Sweets still pick up their first series W of the 2026 WCL season. Got the first 2 games done. Game 3, weren't able to take it. No sweep tonight, but still first series under the belt for the first-year head coach in Leo Rivera. And for these 2026 Sweets, ultimately still saw some great things. Logan Nakamura had himself a great game, got 2 at-bats in the start as a DH, had himself a single and a triple. He just continues to rake. And then saw Charles Rogers III have a dominant start. Was his second start as a Sweet. Tossed 6 full innings, the most he's thrown in his college career. Racked up 8 strikeouts, only allowing 1 run in that time. It was an incredible job out of the CSUN right-hander, expecting him to just get better and better as the season goes on. But the first series here at Borleske Stadium comes up 2-1 for the Swedes, now prepping for the next part of this homestand. The Bend Elks coming to town here in Walla Walla. Of course, had the 3-game set versus Corvallis. Now we'll have the 3-game set versus the Elks before heading on the road next week to Canada, Kelowna, and Kamloops next on the schedule. But Bend Elks will be here 6:35 p.m. Friday night. It should be an extremely good game. Bend, just coming off their series with the Marion Berries, was a very strong South Divisional matchup, and now it'll be another strong South Divisional matchup in the West Coast League. You won't want to miss it. First pitch, 6:35 p.m. Friday night here at Borleske Stadium.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla.
Whatever your printing needs, Abbott's Printing does it all. Signs and banners, rich, full-colored, high-quality commercial and digital printing, direct mailings, full-color business cards, and postcards. If you want a printing job done right, then Abbott's Printing is the place to be. Abbott's Printing provides award-winning quality and outstanding customer service. Visit abbotsprinting.com to view their selection or call 453-8202. That's 453-8202. Abbott's Printing, where the excellence is on paper.
Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is proud to be the official hotel of the Walla Walla Suite. Our guests are sure to get a great night's sleep in one of our recently remodeled rooms, and our 24-hour pool and spa are perfect for round-the-clock relaxation. Each night at Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is followed by a complimentary breakfast included with every stay. At Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla, you can catch some Z's while the Sweets catch some W's. Wins, that is.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest. You are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesomely. Nearly 600 mil to people that play. Another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge, a win-win for all of us. Play Washington lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington lottery, lottery, yeah.
Visit walllottery.com. Who benefits to learn more.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Welcome to the Peelin' It Back pregame show alongside manager Leo Rivera once again. First week down, first two series in the book, starting out 3-3. Obviously, just finished out that series versus Corvallis 2-1 to claim the series. What'd you like?
I think I liked everything. I think like the pitchers, like the defense, like the hitters, but more so I just like how we're starting to mesh as a group. I think everyone's getting really, really comfortable, and we're having a lot of fun while still working really, really hard and playing the right way. So I'm really happy where we're at.
Yeah, the hitting is one of the big things that really stands out right now. The Sweets currently hitting second in terms of batting average in the West Coast League, batting, I believe, 296 throughout the first 6 games, and also slugging third in the West Coast League. How do you like to have those bats going?
I think you love it, like you said. Not too much to add right there.
Yeah, and obviously kind of after the Yakima Valley series, the pitching was one of the big question marks. Obviously had some of those early struggles, tossing strikes, but this past series, it was a lot better, suppressing Corvallis to an average of 4 runs a game after they averaged 11 runs a game in their season opening series versus Kamloops. And of course, the starting pitching was also huge. Saw Charles Rogers have himself, of course, a great start last night. Anthony Leo came in, did well. Perry Stowe earlier in the week. I mean, I believe the starters gave up, 4 runs in just 16 innings. I mean, how does that kind of build the confidence on the other side?
It builds a lot of confidence when you give you the start of the ball and he goes 6 innings, 1 run. feels pretty good, right? We would have loved to get Raj that win yesterday. Didn't work out, but I said it yesterday, he gives us a great shot, and we feel like that for every single one of our starters, and same with our guys in the bullpen. It's going to take everybody. It's a long, long, long summer with a lot of innings to cover, and the hope is we can get everyone bought into their role and be ready to go when their number's called.
I know one of the big things was, of course, throwing strikes going into this series, and it really has obviously limited a ton of runs versus Corvallis, but also strikeouts. Walla Walla now leading the West Coast League in strikeouts as well. I mean, was that kind of the game plan, or was it more just put the ball in play?
No, that's definitely not the game plan. I think we're trying to get guys on or off in 3, right? You want to win the first 2 out of the first 3 pitches, and I think we did a pretty good job of that, just starting getting ahead and then staying on it, just really pounding the zone and not letting them, not letting up.
Yeah, is it trying to let pitchers go deeper into games, trying to keep that pitch count low, just really maximize efficiency?
100%. I think something we look at is once we get to the 3rd time through the lineup, that's when batting averages start to get up. That's why we got Anthony Leo out of there. He was cruising really good, gave us 4 2/3, but we get to the top of the lineup there in the 5th, and we felt like it was time to flip it over, and it worked out well for us.
Well, now going up against Ben, they just got swept in their last series versus the Berries down in Salem. Do you kind of think that we have, of course, momentum going in the series, have the 2-1 win over Corvallis? They're coming here to Borleske. Do you think that's going to translate well?
Yeah, I think anytime you're playing at home, you have the advantage, especially here in Walla Walla. Fans are great, right? All the people here, it's a great atmosphere, and our guys love it.
Well, the series does start up soon here at Borleske Stadium. It is the series opener versus the Bend Elks. Thank you for joining me, Leo. We'll see you there.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
Whatever your printing needs, Abbott's Printing does it all. Signs and banners, rich, full-colored, high-quality commercial and digital printing, direct mailings, full-color business cards, and postcards. If you want a printing job done right, then Abbott's Printing is the place to be. Abbott's Printing provides award-winning quality and outstanding customer service. Visit abbotsprinting.com to view their selection or call 453-8202. That's 453-8202. Abbott's Printing, where the excellence is on paper.
Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is proud to be the official hotel of the Walla Walla Suite. Our guests are sure to get a great night's sleep in one of our recently remodeled rooms, and our 24-hour pool and spa are perfect for round-the-clock relaxation. Each night at Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is followed by a complimentary breakfast included with every stay. At Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla, you can catch some Z's while the suites catch some W's. Wins, that is.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at underwriterhondaofwallawalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
The homestead continues here in Borleske Stadium as a new opponent comes to town. It's the Bend Elks facing off against the Walla Walla Sweets. Thank you for joining us on the Sweets YouTube channel. I'm Brad Whitman. Calling all the games so far in this 2026 season. Should be a good matchup. Both these teams starting off the first week of West Coast League play 3-3. As, of course, Walla Walla started the weekend in Yakima, went 1-2 versus the Pippins, and then, of course, came home to start this week facing off against the Corvallis Knights. Took the series versus Corvallis 2-1. Took back-to-back games on Tuesday and Wednesday, then fell 4-6 last night versus the Knight, and would love to bounce back. And, of course, on the other side, the Bend Elks started off their season right, had a good clean sweep versus the Springfield Drifters to open it up, then went on the road to Salem to take on the Marion Berries earlier this week and got swept by the Berries, and now would love to try and find a way to turn it around. Again, did have some close games versus Marion, that being the big thing, a close 7-6 game, a close 2-1 game, and a close 11-9 game, so no more than a 2-run deficit, and would love to try and get back into the win column. As we do have the starting lineup for Bend, as announced by head coach Alan Cox in his third season with the Elks. Nato leading things off, Eli Pupo behind him, Aiden Tellerico DHing in the 3 spot, Josh Sir batting cleanup, Mason Elrod batting 5th, Marcus Galvin batting 6th, and Kevin Ferruzza, Braden Jones, and Adam Fulton at the 79, facing off against the Bushnell right-hander in DJ Kawahi. Kawahi already getting himself his second appearance of the season, second appearance as a Sweet, as we saw him throw in Game 2 versus the Pippins this past weekend. That was back on Saturday. Tossed 5 innings pitched, 76 total pitches, allowed just 6 hits, 3 runs in his 5 innings while striking out 7. Finds a heater for strike 1 on the opposite side of the plate to Nato. Again, expecting a lot of strikes to be thrown today by DJ, as does go down 3-1 in that opening series. Only administered 1 walk in 5 innings pitched, and really looked incredibly strong until got into the 6th inning. Again, got through 5 clean, then was put back in the 6th and struggled, as it's going to be a called strike to Nato as he tossed the bat and was ready to walk down to first. As that is home plate umpire Bryce Greaves making that call. Taylor Schneider, the field umpire in this series. But now it's a full count on leadoff man Kawahi. Kicks and deals at the knees. Will ring up the leadoff hitter, and it looks like Nato again thought it was ball 4. And said we'll have to head back to the bench, and Kawahi has his first K of the day. So that will bring in the Bushnell matchup. And Eli Pupo just finished up his freshman season at Bushnell. Since a 5'10" out of Redmond, Oregon, and DJ Kawahi also just finished up his freshman season at Bushnell. So a battle of the beacon, and it's going to be Kawahi just misses that corner. Count goes to 1-1. Bufo batted .250 in his time, got 12 starts with Bushnell this past spring. Did play in 41 games total. Went 15 for 60 in his at-bats, had 4 doubles, a triple, 7 runs knocked in. Did have 14 walks and an on-base percentage of nearly .400 as a freshman. Showed off some good speed with 5 stolen bases, and always fun to see these kinds of matchups in the West Coast League as just former teammates going head-to-head. Saw a lot of it in the past series with Walla Walla versus Corvallis. A lot of Lynn Benton Community College guys going head-to-head, and now seeing some Bushnell competitors going against one another. 2-2 pitch from DJ. Fastball at the knees, and he's going to ring up back-to-back. Kawahi sends 2 right back to the bench looking. And that brings up Tallarico. For his first time again this past spring, DJ had himself a strong 4.12 ERA and in his freshman year. Got a good mix of starts and relief appearances as loses this pitch just a bit up high. 14 total appearances, 6 of which being starts. Himself a solid 5-1 win-loss record. Did have a save in there, 1 complete game as well. Tossed 63 innings pitched, and now looks like that did get the hand of Tallarico. So back-to-back looking strikeouts, and now a hit by pitch to bring up the cleanup man. So again, saw that controls struggle a little bit with the first pitch being high, and then went right back up and in, and Tallarico stands on first to bring up Josh Sir. And now Joshua Sir is going to get knocked as well, and that one is going to sting a little bit more. As back-to-back looking strikeouts and back-to-back hit by pitches as immediately takes the glove off that left hand, and very likely going to get looked at. Might see a pinch runner for Sir. He's just kind of walking out the pain in that left hand. And it looks like the Walla Walla trainer and Sophie Rabe will go check on it, and seeing some immediate pain as the trainer did apply a little bit of pressure to the hand and saw the immediate recoil out of Sir. So regardless, again, back-to-back strikeouts, back-to-back hit by pitches. We'll make it 2-1 with 2 outs here in the top of the first. And we'll see if Sir will remain in this game. Tallarico now standing on second. And it looks like still just taking his time as Rabe now talking to the Elks head coach in Alan Cox. And we'll see Josh make his way down to first. Gets a small applause from the crowd as that will bring up the first baseman for the Elks in Mason Elrod. Elrod just finishing up his junior year at Rollins with the Tars. Big swing and a miss at the first pitch he sees. Had himself a really strong past season. Batted .338 this spring, slugged .554. 5 doubles, 3 homers, 19 runs knocked in. And now he's going to line one out towards right field. That gets down in front of Guile, and it's going to be the send around from Tallarico. He'll come up and score standing. And after the back-to-back hit by pitches, Elrod knocks in the first run of the day. And just seeing the immediate punish, and again, saw this in the Yakima Valley series for Walla Walla as the Sweets struggled to limit free bases, and then the Pippins were just able to capitalize, and that's exactly what we just saw from the Elks. So again, Tallarico scoring from second on the RBI single, as now Kauai looking to settle right back in versus Galvin. As Kauai checks, kicks, and deals the heater, knocked away. Again, Marcus Galvin being another guy facing off against some teammates, as Galvin did just finish up his junior year with the Antelopes at Grand Canyon. Of course, does have himself a teammate standing out at short in Austin Owens. Having another in the bullpen. And Andrew Cohen as Kauai falls 2-1 in the count. And Galvin didn't get as much time this year. Started in 13 games. Did bat 167 in that time as takes ball 3 outside. And got limited looks as a freshman back in 2024, but hit .353 his freshman season. Then back in 2025, batted .264 as being the Lopes primary catcher. And again, this past spring, less time, less reps, and lower batting average of 3-1 finds its way through. The count goes full. Two on, 2 outs, full count here in the top of the first. Kauai looking to strand the 2 runners, take off. It's fouled straight back towards Highway 12. Again, this being a much more different start than we saw from Kauai back on Saturday versus Yakima Valley. Was able to get through 4 completely scoreless. Now misses upstairs, and the bases will go loaded. And let's see if pitcher's meeting does look like just going to be Troy Osborne, who steps out from behind the plate to talk to the right-hander. Again, do have the Sweets out on the field. Gaines Hawson re-enters lineup over at left field, seeing Sam Kane get his first start of the season. He opts over there in center. Then Gunnar Guile out in right field. Landon Young still in his spot at third. Austin Owens still at short. Trevor T still at second. Corner infielder Rickman will rejoin. And then, of course, Osborne behind the plate. So pressure now on the utility man out of San Carlos, California. Kevin Ferruta will take strike 1 at the knees. Pitch on its way from Kauai. He gets a big swing and a miss and powers his way to an 0-2 count. And now gets another big swing and a miss. 3 pitches, 3 strikes to strand 3. But it is the Elks who are able to push the first across in the top of the first. Back-to-back hit by pitches and a timely single from Elrod. It's 1-0 Ben Lee.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesomely. Nearly 600 mil to people that play. Another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge, a win-win for all of us. Play Washington lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington lottery, lottery, yeah.
Visit walllottery.com. Who benefits to learn more.
Starting lineup for the Sweets as announced by skipper Leo Rivera. Peyton Knowles, the DH, leading things off. This being first game, I haven't seen him in the field since joining the Sweets. Trevor T. batting second. Mateo Rickman back in the 3 spot. Troy Osborne, the big catcher in the cleanup spot. Landon Young batting fifth. Gunnar Guile batting sixth against Sam Kane. Back in the lineup batting seventh. Gaines Hawson and Austin Owens at the 8 and 9. And the Sweets facing up against the 6'5 journeyman in Jackson Kendall. Getting his second start of the season for the Elks, but have seen Kendall be a little bit all over. Originally from Castle Rock, Colorado, graduated out of Douglas County High School, started his college career at Southeast Community College down south, then transferred to the D1 Liberty before making his way this past spring to Houston Christian University out in the SLC and OVC, and where he spent the last spring finishing up his junior year and got himself 14 appearances with HCU this past spring, ultimately tossing just shy of 14 innings and struggled with contact in that time as PK fouls back the first pitch he sees. Again, in 13 2/3, gave up 19 runs while opponents batted .414 against him. Was able to pick up 11 strikeouts, did give away a few free bases and 9 walks, 7 hit by pitches. And of course, looking to really keep that control on lock, as did see him back on the WCL opening day, that being this past Friday, a week ago now. As saw Kendall toss 4 innings versus the Springfield Drifters to eventually get the wing, and took 86 pitches to get through those 4 innings, so only allowed 5 hits, 2 runs. Did strike out 5. 2-1 pitch just cruises below the knees to Knowles. And you can see standing at 6'5", obviously has a very strong stature. Weighs in at about 230 pounds, and that arm motion working a little bit closer towards 3/4 as Knowles rips this down towards the right field line. If it stays fair, it might be extra bases, but no, just curls foul towards the bullpen. And Peyton Knowles has himself a ton of potential, as we saw this past spring with Seattle, batting over .350 and claiming all West Coast Conference honors. But in the past series, did struggle a little bit in terms of his hitting. Batted 2 for 11, did have himself a triple and 3 walks. Was a big triple that we saw yesterday. As now swings up at the fastball, chases it, and will go down swinging. So we've seen 4 outs early in this game. All 4 have been strikeouts. A reminder, in the top half of the inning, we did see a couple hit by pitches and a walk and a run come across, but also did see 3 strikeouts from DJ Kawahi on the side of the Sweets, and that'll bring up Trevor T. As takes ball 1. Trevor in the past series versus Corvallis batted .357 versus the Knights. Did knock in a couple runs while batting .357. Now is going to pop one up towards the bullpen there, and we'll just head out wide towards the beer garden, and it'll be a 1-1 count to T. Again, Walla Walla, if you missed the pregame show before the game started, Walla Walla currently one of the best batting teams in the West Coast League to start off the first week. After 6 games, currently second in the West Coast League in batting average, being third in the WCL in slugging. Not only that, but of course on the pitching side, currently leading the league in strikeouts, and that all stemming off of a great series versus Corvallis. Still early on in the year, lots subject to change as Tia Liner goes foul. But versus the Knights, the past 3 days, Walla Walla batted .300 versus Corvallis, who have historically just been a very great team offensively and defensive-wise. Batted .300, got on base nearly 41% of the time, slugged .430 as a team. 2-2 pitch found straight back. Count remains what it is. Sweets did pick up 5 doubles and surprisingly 4 triples versus the Knights, averaging just over a triple a game. Did strike out 22 times, really trying to limit that. Got hit by a ton of pitches as the Sweets racked up 10 hit by pitches in just 3 games alongside 8 walks. Left an average of 9 guys on base per game, and would of course love to stay sharp in their offensive work. Expecting Ben to make it tough as the 3-2 pitch fouled away by T. And it looks like bounces off the press box and ends up in the glove of a young fan. So count remains full with 1 out. T versus Kendall. 6'5" righty deals. It's going to be a breaking ball turn foul by T. Again, Trevor returning for another year with the Sweets. Was a go-to guy all of last season for Walla Walla. Has batted .270 with 17 RBIs, tied for top 3 in the team in home runs as well. As now will win the battle versus the 6'5" righty, and will walk his way down to first to give Sweets their first base runner of the series. Again, limiting free bases, free passes, and really just keeping runner off the base path and making teams work for hits, and to put runners on board is going to be a big piece for both sides, as both have struggled with it in the past week. So it'll be the Matador out of Cal State Northridge who steps in, and Mateo Rickman taking strike 1 on the inside corner. And Rickman batted .333 this past series versus Corvallis. 3 for 9 as the hit and run is going to be fouled straight back and just slips over the netting. So quickly an 0-2 count versus Rickman, and again, did see Mateo come in last night. It was the first game he hadn't started since showing up here in Walla Walla. Again, missed the first series, closing up his time at CSUN, and joined us for the Corvallis series and immediately made an impact against notching several hits. Got himself a good double, and saw last night was the first game that he didn't start in. Came in as a pinch hitter, ended up getting 2 at-bats and logged himself a big RBI double. Another 0-2 delivery in towards the hands, and the count goes 1-2. Delivery misses low and away, and Rickman is able to will himself to 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Mateo stands at 6'2" and did have himself a pretty good spring as a freshman. If considered pretty good to be really impressive. Batted .318 this past spring as a true freshman. Logged 8 doubles, a triples, 3 homers, and 21 runs knocked in. Got on base nearly 40% of the time as a freshman in 32 starts. Again, graduated out of Torrance High School back in 2025, immediately moved into D1 ball and has looked ever so comfortable there. Now takes a breaking ball and will get rung up. Got the count to full, but he's going to be set down by Kendall, who finds his second strikeout. So it switches over to Troy Osborne, who's been another guy to watch. I've talked about the Portland duo of Logan Nakamura and Troy Osborne. Osborne slashing 400, 550, 800 after the first week of play. Again, batting 400, getting on base 55% of the time, slugging 800. And those slugging numbers, of course, being partly stemmed from the batting average, but also has 6 hits total to open up the season. 4 of the 6 have been for extra bases. Now broken bat grounder to Fulton. He's going to scoop it up and send it over to first for out number 3. A walk for Trevor T, but other than that, it was squeaky clean for Jackson Kendall. 2 strikeouts in the bottom of the first, and the Elks remain up front heading into the second.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesomely. Nearly 600 mil to people that play. Another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge, a win-win for all of us. Play Washington lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington lottery, lottery, yeah.
Visit walllottery.com. Who benefits to learn more.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest. You are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
So into the top of the second, Elks leading the Sweets 1-0. DJ Kawahi looking to lock it right back down. Again, these two teams, of course, have played a lot over the years. The Bend Elks, of course, being one of the original 7 teams of the West Coast League and being one of the only 4 teams in the West Coast League that were one of the original 7 and have not relocated or left the league. As Kawahi kicks and deals, fastball swung on back in the glove of Osborne. As Braden Jones, the Elks second baseman, gets himself to a 1-1 count. And now big swing down low, went chasing on the breaking ball. DJ gets himself up 1-2, but again, out of those 4 original teams that have not changed, you have the Wenatchee Apple Sox, the Bellingham Bells as a comebacker, and Kawahi scoops it up, no problem. And DJ is a guy, if you've never met him, never seen him before, makes everything look low effort. And that being the purest depiction that you can probably get. Line drive right towards his left angle, just reaches down, grabs it, and back into his motion. And immediately goes up and in towards the letters, and will be able to shake the shortstop off the plate a little bit in Fulton. Now fouls one away, and the count quickly to 1-1. Again, the original 4 teams that have not changed: the Wenatchee Apple Sox, the Bellingham Bells, of course the Bend Elks, and then the Kelowna Falcons. All original members who have stayed in their city and not seen any sort of rebrand. Of course, do now have the Port Angeles Lefties. The Knights are in Corvallis, then did have the team out of Spokane. But those 4 being for the original who have stayed true and stayed exactly where they're at. And the Elks, of course, having themselves a better couple season in recent history. As foul tipped in the glove of Osborne. Troy squeezes it, and that will be strikeout number 4 for Kauai. And logging 5 outs, 4 strikeouts at this point as the lineup card turns right back over to Nato. And Nato struck out looking in a full count his first time up. Now swings the first pitch he sees over to right field. Guile is there, takes a couple steps in, makes the catch for out number 3. Much cleaner, much more efficient inning from DJ. Spins a gem in the top of the second. That sends us to the bottom half.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at underwriterhondaofwallawalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
Bottom of the second, Walla Walla trying to find their first runs across the board, and ultimately would love to get that offense going early, as again, always expected to get started at one point, but would love to get it done sooner rather than later. Again, in the last game that we saw last night was an early offensive run from the Sweets, ended up picking up 3 runs in the first 4 innings, and then after that only had 1 for the remainder of the game through 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. As seeing an early bunt chance out of Young, ends up just hooking it foul towards his own dugout. And Landon Young, the returning Sweet, getting another start over at third base. Have seen him at short and third early on this season. And UW Husky, trying to be a leadoff man, does have big gap straight up towards center as he's going to push it towards that way. It's Nato ranging to his right into the gap, and he's got it. And ultimately did see the quick adjustment out of Keaton Nato, the Elks center fielder, as was playing a little bit more towards a little bit more towards the left field, and was just able to break to his right to make the grab. The wind is kicking up here in Walla Walla. The first we've kind of seen it blowing this much. It is currently about 68 degrees, partly cloudy here above Borleske, but the wind sitting at about 11 miles an hour, kicking up near 20 as big swing and a miss out of Guile. Currently looking like Kendall just tossing a lot of strikes early. Did see the one walk to tee, and that was after a long at-bat of fending off foul balls here and there, and now Guile quickly goes down 0-2. Again, did have a beautiful day yesterday to close up the series versus Corvallis. Still been a nice day today, but the wind definitely making itself present as 3 straight pitches will set down Guile, and back-to-back big swings, then a fastball at the knees, and that is the 3rd strikeout. So Sam Kane will step in. Kane, this being his first start of the season as a Swede. Did see him step in late last night and ultimately did get himself one look. Now pops it up towards the right field side into foul territory. It is Elrod who's going to make the catch, and a little bit of a collision as that was the second baseman in Jones who ran into the first baseman. Elrod was settled under it nice and easy, but it looked like Jones, maybe a little bit of a panic, a little bit of a slip. Regardless, the catch is made, and that sends us into the third, 1-0.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest. You are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
So DJ Kauai back up and working. First pitch will be missed outside to Pupo. Again, Eli struck out looking his first time up, and now we'll take a big cut and a miss down low, and the count evens up at once. Again, both these teams with their eyes set on the postseason, as Walla Walla would, of course, love to get back to that spot as a hard foul ball over top the beer garden will make the count 1-2. The Sweets have not been to the playoffs since back in 2019, made the South Divisional Championship before being eliminated by the Corvallis Knights, who went on to win the 2019 season. Again, that was during the Knights' hottest streak, and the hottest streak anyone's ever seen in West Coast League history, winning 7 titles in a row, as a good breaking ball gets by the bat of Pupo, and that will be strikeout number 2 for Eli, and that will be strikeout number 5 for Kauai. So the DH in Tallarico will step back in. Tallarico, again, the only run to come across and score in this game so far, and it was off of a hit by pitch. Now a grounder over to Landon. Young comes across the bait. The throw is going to be dug out by Rickman, and a great play down the line by Young, and a great dig at first by Mateo Rickman. Corner to corner for out number 2, and that brings up the cleanup man in Sur again, who seems to be going all right. Again, in his last at-bat was hit in the hand. Seemed to be in a great deal of pain now, back up, and it looks like Kawahi went straight back towards the inside corner. Again, Walla Walla not been in the playoffs since 2019. Bend, on the other hand, have been in back-to-back seasons, breaking a nearly 10-year playoff drought, and a called strike makes it 0-2. And these two teams kind of in the playoffs at different times, have never faced each other in a playoff, have only been in one playoff together, and did not cross paths, as that was all the way back in 2011, where Walla Walla ended up falling in the title game to the Knights. As the kick and deal fouled straight back. Back in that 2011 season, it was the four teams advancing: Corvallis, Walla Walla, Bend, and Wenatchee. Wenatchee ended up playing Walla Walla to see who would make it in, and then Bend played Corvallis, and of course Sweets and the Knights came out of it, and it was Walla Walla who fell, as the appeal down to first, and Taylor Schneider says that Sir goes around. It's strike 3, and that is K number 6 for DJ Kawahi. Gets through the third nice and clean.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest, you are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
So into the bottom of the third we go, and seeing Jackson Kendall continuing to work. Again, had himself a 6-pitch inning in the bottom of the second. A fly-out, strikeout, and a pop-out in foul territory. Now squaring up against the 8-hitter in Gaines Hawson. And seeing Hawson re-entering back into the lineup. And did not see him the past couple days. Now first pitch, did that get him in the hand, or was it off the knob? And it looks like it did have quite a bit of bounce, and I believe the home plate umpire is going to deem it a hit by pitch. And it looks like might have got him right in the bottom of the hand, as again the trainer and Sophie Rabe will come out for the second time, as that is the second batter we've seen hit in the hand, as Hawson will jog down to first and lead off base runner for the Sweets. Walla Walla still yet to tally a hit in the early goings of this game, have now gone 2 runners on through a walk and a hit by pitch, and that'll bring up Austin Owens. And Austin Owens got himself several at-bats, as it does look like the Elks head coach and Alan Cox will be talking to the home plate umpire in Bryce Greaves. And Looks like after a quick deliberation, the call will stand as Owens steps in and went 2 for 6 with 2 RBI versus Corvallis in the past 3 days. And now we'll take a ball down in towards the shins. So an early 1-0 count. Again, see Owens stayed in the lineup, has had himself really just a great defensive showing while being able to find hits here and there, and sends the ball foul, evens up the count. As Owens had himself a very strong showing to open up the season versus Yakima Valley, and now in the 5 games that he's been a part of is batting .357. And placing 3rd on the Sweets in terms of qualified hitters. Now pops one up right side. It's going to be an early right field. It's going to be a tough play for Jones, but makes it on the cut of the grass. And that will be out number 1, as having to see Austin remain over on first. So it turns back over to the 1-hitter and DH in Knowles. But again, we're talking about qualified hitters in terms of statistics for the West Coast League. That means 2.7 plate appearances per game and played in 75% of the games, as a grounder up the middle will get through from PK, and he's got himself his first hit of the series. And that being Walla Walla's first hit of the day as well, first hit versus Jackson Kendall. So runner in scoring position for the first time with just one down, and have the 2-3 in the lineup. T stepping into the box, Rickman waiting on deck. And T won a long battle versus Kendall. His first time ended up walking at a great stop in the dirt out of Galvin, an acrobatic jump from behind the plate to keep it in front. And Marcus Galvin, a D1 catcher at Grand Canyon, just finished up his junior year, so really has put in his time. .1-0 delivery is going to be a bunt, and in up towards the hands. T couldn't set it down. 1-1 count, and it gives a little bit of insight for Kevin Ferruta, the third baseman, as now playing even with third. As Kendall comes to that 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 run ball game. Here in the third, the right-hander deals up and in. T pops it up, and it's going to be shallow, collected by Fulton. So after the hit by pitch and a single, 2 pop-ups brings it to 2 outs. Again, hit by pitch. Then Owens popped out on the right side of the infield, single, and now T pops out on the left side. So it falls to Mateo Rickman to try and do a job and find the equalizer for Walla Walla. Again, tying run off of second in Hawson, and the go-ahead run is Knowles standing off of first. And Rickman, first pitch he sees, heater, goes straight back, was right on it timing-wise, just missed low. And that fastball from Jackson, it does have just a little bit of float. Again, not quite a rise, but is able to generate enough backspin behind it that it just kind of stays up. Makes it tough to really get a read on it. You're end up going to swing under it, and that is why we have seen already several pop-ups. And I've seen 3 pop-ups, 3 strikeouts, a fly and a ground out. As now going right back to the heater at the letters, missing high. Again, Rickman, as said, batting .333 in his limited time, just getting 9 at-bats in the opening series versus Corvallis, and it looks like time's going to be called, and it's going to be a pitch clock violation on Kendall, and that will make the count 3-1. So the big right-hander took a little bit too much time to get things going, and that will make it an even more favorable count. For Mateo, 3-1. The cleanup man in Troy Osborne waiting on deck. Delivery is a fastball, and it's going to be another pop-up towards the middle infield as Jones is under it for out number 3. So the Swedes do pick up their first hit versus Kendall, but it's 3 pop-ups to send us into the 4th.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at UnderwriterHondaofWallaWalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
Whatever your printing needs, Abbott's Printing does it all. Signs and banners, rich, full-colored, high-quality commercial and digital printing, direct mailings, full-color business cards, and postcards. If you want a printing job done right, then Abbott's Printing is the place to be. Abbott's Printing provides award-winning quality and outstanding customer service. Visit abbottsprinting.com to view their selection or call 453-8202. That's 453-8202. Abbott's Printing, where the excellence is on paper.
Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is proud to be the official hotel of the Walla Walla Suite. Our guests are sure to get a great night's sleep in one of our recently remodeled rooms, and our 24-hour pool and spa are perfect for round-the-clock relaxation. Each night at Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is followed by a complimentary breakfast included with every stay. At Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla, you can catch some Z's while the Sweets catch some W's. Wins, that is.
So looking around the West Coast League, it has been a solid battle so far in the opening goings in the South Division, and leading the West Coast League is the Marion Berries out of Salem, Oregon. Again, just completed the sweep earlier this week versus Bend to put them up to 5-1, the only 5-win team so far in the WCL. Do have a few teams at 4-2, Nanaimo in the north, and having both Bend and Corvallis. Excuse me, just Corvallis, as again it is Bend at 3-3 with Walla Walla and a couple other good South Conference teams in there. Portland, Ridgefield, and of course the Pippins out of Yakima Valley, Bellingham Bells, Port Angeles, Victoria, all 3-3. As now a chopper towards the left side. Owens on the run, gets it across, and Rickman there. So quick 1 up, 1 down to set down Elrod, and that'll bring back up Galvin. And Elrod had the RBI single to right his first time up. Now will be retired, and Galvin ended up walking. As Kawahi really seems to have found his stride again. The first inning he pitched was 27 innings. Then after that threw only 10. And then last inning threw 11. Looking to just keep throwing strikes, force the batters for the Elks to prove themselves, as just misses the corner there. Count evens up at 1-1. Now goes below the knees again. We're still some really strong games yesterday. Corvallis, of course, taking it here in Walla Walla, 6-4. Bellingham and Wenatchee had themselves a one-run game. The Bells were able to take it. Kamloops took down the Ridgefield Raptors 9-7 as a cracked out ball towards center field. Trailing back is Sam Kane, and he makes it look simple. So 2 up, 2 down to bring up Faruda. And saw Marion close the series out versus Bend 11-9 in Salem. Nanaimo took down Kelowna 9-6. Port Angeles took down the Pickles 7-1. Victoria and Edmonton in a Canadian battle was a Victoria who took it 6-2, and then the Pippins closed the series versus Springfield with a 6-4 victory as inside goes Kauai towards Furuta. Kicks and fires again. Good heater outside corner. Evens up the count, but a lot of good series getting underway. Of course, having this one here over in Springfield. The Bells travel down south. Portland and Corvallis for another high-tier South Divisional matchup is getting started for the Pickles. Edmonton and Nanaimo going head-to-head. Kamloops and Wenatchee. Kelowna and Victoria clashing. And having Marion and Yakima Valley, that should be a good game between the Berries and the Pippins as check swing, and Furuta did commit to it. And then, of course, over in Port Angeles, the lefties taking on Ridgefield. And the wind's still kicking up. It's close to 20 miles an hour coming in and across from the right field foul pole. Another grounder over to Owens. Austin easily across for out number 3. And that is 3 innings in a row. 3 up, 3 down. 9 in a row set down by DJ Kauai.
Whatever your printing needs, Abbott's Printing does it all. Signs and banners, rich, full-colored, high-quality commercial and digital printing, direct mailings, full-color business cards, and postcards. If you want a printing job done right, then Abbott's Printing is the place to be. Abbott's Printing provides award-winning quality and outstanding customer service. Visit abbotsprinting.com to view their selection or call 453-8202. That's 453-8202. Abbott's Printing, where the excellence is on paper.
Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is proud to be the official hotel of the Walla Walla Suite. Our guests are sure to get a great night's sleep in one of our recently remodeled rooms, and our 24-hour pool and spa are perfect for round-the-clock relaxation. Each night at Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is followed by a complimentary breakfast included with every stay. At Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla, you can catch some Z's while the Suites catch some W's. Wins, that is.
Fourth inning continues here in Borleske Stadium. Walla Walla still trying to get on the board versus Jackson Kendall. The right-hander out of Houston Christian has gone through 3 clean. Walla Walla did pick up their first hit on account of Peyton Knowles in the 3rd. And now it's going to be Troy Osborne who leads it off. Osborne rolled over to the shortstop, and Fulton his first time up. Now he's going to waste absolutely no time right back up the middle. First hit of the day picked up by Troy. And he continues with the hot hand. And why not now? Currently batting 7 for 17 to open up the year, and can't ask for much more than that, especially did see him get more limited reps as a redshirt freshman at the University of Portland this past spring, but has really kicked it into a high gear here in summer ball. So Landon Young gets his second look, sharp grounder over to Fulton, will spin it to Jones, fires it across to Elrod, but not in time. So fielder's choice will send Osborne back to the dugout, and now Young will stand on first with 1 down. So Gunnar Guile will try and keep things moving as getting the leadoff knock. Walla Walla really want to be able to capitalize on, especially with limited hitting versus Kendall. Could still turn things together and And the hitter's really down the lineup work well, and Young's going to take off, gets a great jump, and there's no chance for Galvin behind the plate. Easy swipe of second base, and Landon Young puts himself in scoring position. And Gunnar Guile trying to capitalize on that fact. Breaking ball and a good eye from Guile to let it into the dirt, and Galvin will appeal over to Schneider just to make sure, but no dice. 2-0 count. Again, Guile, this being his second year as a Swede, just finished up his sophomore year at the University of Arizona. And really was the Swedes' go-to right fielder last year, but did play a little bit all over the outfield as goes and chases the changeup 2-1. Batted .242 last year with the Swedes. Slugging at nearly 400, knocking in 11 runs. 6 doubles, triple, 2 homers. And showed that potential now returning. Here to Borleske for another summer with the Swedes and goes chasing outside again. And it looks like there was a bit of miscommunication in the count, as that is strike 3. So another strikeout picked up by Kendall, that being his 4th strikeout of the start. And Sam Kane will now have his chance with the RBI opportunity. 2 outs has to get it done as the breaker misses upstairs from Kendall, just couldn't quite get the fingers down in front of it. Now, outside corner will be found by Kendall. Again, Sam Kane just saw him for the first time last night as a pinch hitter. The utility man out of Reno, Nevada. Now playing for the Wolfpack. Started his career playing 2 years with Seattle University, and that's how he got to know head coach Leo Rivera, who is, of course, an assistant coach at Seattle, as it looks like another hit and run as Young was off towards third. Got another great jump. Wasn't able to advance because of the foul tip. But Sam back with Seattle as a freshman, hit .303. It was one of the best freshmen in Seattle's modern program history, and looked to have himself another big year. Now gets under one, pops it up over to Jones, and he'll pop out to close out the inning. The Swedes pick up the leadoff single, but nothing from it. It remains 1-0 Elks heading into the 5th.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesomely. Nearly 600 mil to people that play. Another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge, a win-win for all of us. Play Washington lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington lottery, lottery, yeah.
Visit walllottery.com. Who benefits to learn more.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest. You are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
Top of the 5th here in Walla Walla between the Swedes and the Elks. A low-scoring affair between both these sides. It has been a pitching duel between Jackson Kendall and DJ Kawahi through the first 4. And they have both really just been lights out. Kawahi and Kendall both allowing limited hits. Kawahi only allowing 1 hit so far. Kendall only allowing 2. And did see a walk-in the couple hit by pitches from Kauai, and that is what the Elks were able to use to get that first run. Of course, the Sweets have yet to really tally a ton together. As near miss at the knees, count will go 2-0 early to Jones, who had himself a couple putouts in the bottom half of the fourth. Now gets himself up early versus Kauai 3-0. Again, and this is the last thing you want to see if you're the Sweets coaching staff is when Walla Walla have not been able to throw strikes. That is where games have gotten away from them. And again, still just very early in the season, only 6 games down, but that has been a clear pattern in those first 6 games. So Jones will get walked on 4 straight pitches. Now stands over on first, and Fulton, the 9-hitter, will step in. And very well could see him try and maybe set down a bunt towards third base side. No, instead swings away, and it's going to be just past a diving Austin Owens, and a walk and a single will put 2 aboard for Bend here in the top of the 5th. And Austin Owens, a good bit of range as the Sweet shortstop, and more than willing to get that uniform dirty, as we've seen it plenty times already this season. But now it's the top of the lineup. In Nato, who comes in 0 for 2 on the day, a strikeout and a flyout. Now showing bunt, is able to place it down just in front of the home plate, and looks like will just be a quick and early out, as saw a little bit of miscommunication out of Nato, as didn't really leave out of the batter's box, just kind of jogged a few steps and looked at his own dugout for a little bit of clarification and gave a little fist pump, doing his job with the sac bunt. So the runners move up to second and third, and now big opportunity for the Elks to tally a second, even third runs. Pupo comes in and takes ball 1 low. Again, another battle of the Bushnell Beacons. As I have seen Kauai win both versus Pupo. Again, both these guys out of Bushnell in Kauai and Pupo, and Kauai has struck out Eli in back-to-back at-bats. One ball, one strike, one out. Kauai fires. Going to be a ground ball, and it just gets around the glove of Owens out into center field. Sam Kane will hustle it in. A quick throw all the way to Osborne, as it's an RBI knock from Pupo. The lead extends to 2 for the Elks. And again, the infield playing in, trying to cut off the play at home, and makes it harder for the infield to react, and that is exactly what happened on that play. If Owens was again back at that normal spot, very well could have been able to make the play, but playing in a little bit more shallow, having to have a quicker reaction time, just slipped by him. So 2-0 lead for Bend, runners on the corners with 1 out. And Tallarico gets himself another look as Kauai misses away. DJ kicks and fire. Runner takes off. It's going to be a sharp grounder over towards third. Young gets it to Osborne. Play at the plate easily in time. And a heads-up play from the Sweets third baseman and Young to cut down the third run for Bend. And again, looked like a hit and run maybe being put out by the Elks. And just a sharp grounder over to Young. Put in play well by Tallarico. And Landon Young sharp over at third, immediately scooped it up and fired it right back to home, and Osborne there to apply the tag. So 2 on, 2 outs. Foul tip from Sir. As Kawahi fastball is popped up straight back towards the booth and into the stands. So the count goes 0-2. Against fans tracking down that foul ball and leaving with another souvenir was a giveaway night here at Borleske, and Sweets giving away a wiffle ball set, wiffle ball and bat package as runners take off. It's going to skip in front of Osborne as the runners move up. So Pupo now stands at third and Tallarico stands on second with 2 down. And Kawaii trying to just limit the Elks to the 1 run here in the top of the 5th. Heater is going to get smashed out towards left field by Sir, and it will just tail foul. And a good barrel out of Josh Sir. Just ended up being a little bit in front of it. Was a heater middle by DJ Kawahi, but the big right fielder for the Elks just a little bit too quick to the punch. So the count remains 1-2, and now it's going to be a breaking ball. Sir is under this one as it goes down to foul territory. And Sir really trying to will across more runs here for the Elks. Want to get a little bit more of a cushion as the Sweets offense does seem due. Kawahi kicks in, deals, and just misses low. Good spot to miss. Again, Sir only batting 1 for 9 in his first 3 games of the season. Did get walked 3 times. On base percentage a little bit higher as the heater misses outside. And on base percentage for Sir is nearly .430 while batting 111. And just got walked a few times and has been hit by a couple pitches. Ultimately has gotten on base 6 times coming into this game, and 5 times it was off of free passes, and now gets set down swinging and missing at the changeup from Kawahi as DJ picks up another strikeout, strands 2 in scoring position as the Elks extend the lead to 2 runs.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
So into the bottom of the 5th, Walla Walla now trailing by 2, still looking to chip away at Jackson Kendall, and have seen a couple hits drop in the last couple innings and have gotten runners into scoring position, but haven't quite been able to capitalize, as the Sweets are currently hitting 1 for 9 with runners on and 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position. Still a lot of time to try and take this one back, but Kendall allowing just 2 hits in 4 innings and has only thrown 52 pitches so far, and very well could go a lot further into this game. I saw him throw 86 just a week ago, but it's going to be Gaines Hawson, the 8-hitter in the left fielder for Walla Walla, who will step in to lead things off. Austin Owens waiting behind him, and then it's the top of the order. And first pitch is going to be good bender that starts inside and just stays there for the 1-0 count. Kendall fires again. This off-speed hangs up a little bit too much, and Austin takes advantage, punching it out into right field. And it's a leadoff knock for Walla Walla, and their third hit coming out again. Saw one hit in the third, one hit last inning, and now another here in this one as it brings up Austin Owens. Very well. Could see a bunt get placed down here by Owens, trying to use that speed, maybe get on base, at least move the runner over, as first pitch is going to miss low from Kendall. Would be a good situation to do it. Ferda is even with third for the Elks, and it doesn't look like Owens has any intention of laying it down, but does get up 2-0 in the count. Still could go there. The right-hander out of Houston Christian University still trying to limit it. Fastball swung on and missed by Owens. He wanted all of it. And these two teams, of course, clashing last year, and it was really an explosive showing from these two teams last summer, as Ben did take 4 out of the 6 games versus Walla Walla last year. Each team, however, claiming a series. The breaking ball tracks low. The Elks swept in their home series to open up July, and then later on in July, the Sweets, of course, clashed with the Elks here in Borleske, took that series 2-1. As now this pitch is going to be torn way outside by Kendall. Seemed to lose control of it, and Owens will reach base for the first time today, and that'll be 2 aboard with no outs here in the bottom of the 5th, and this is exactly the spot that the Sweets want to be in, and it will be a meeting out on the mound for the Elks to try and settle the big righty. Again, having the top of the order in Peyton Knowles stepping in, 2 runners on, a good bit of speed in both games, Austin, and especially Austin Owens now standing on first as the tying run. Having Knowles, who has the clean swing, which singled his last time up, having Trevor T, who can always find himself on base, Mateo Rickman, who can put a charge into something. And talked about the 6 games last year. Again, Sweets only took 2 of them, but mentioned the offensive battle between those two sides, and that being purely described by the fact that across these 6 games, there was 104 runs scored total, meaning that there was an average of 17 runs per game, and that can be looked at as there was just an average score of maybe 9 to 8 per game for 6 games in a row between these two teams. That is how the offense was moving last summer in the series between these two teams, and you can see a little bit more different here to start out this series in 2026. As it's the 2-0 lead from Ben, but the Sweets looking to change it. Knowles swings the first pitch. He sees, lines it towards left center field, trailing back. It's over the head of Pupo, and we'll see Austin digging for home. He'll score. Austin's trying to get there as well. He does. It is a game-tying double from Peyton Knowles, and the Sweets are right back in it. All it takes is one swing, and Knowles took advantage. The Seattle standout delivers. It's 2-2 in the 5th. Great rip to the opposite field side, and it was a tougher angle out of Eli Pupo. The left fielder has ended up going at it a little bit more aggressive. Might have been able to limit to just 1 run. Might have been able to catch out Austin Owens trying to score. Instead, 2 come in off the double from PK. And that brings up Trevor T. Now Knowles, the go-ahead run, standing off a second with still no outs. And the pitch gets by Galvin, and can have seen the control from Kendall start to loosen here and there. It's now a 1-1 count, and Knowles will stand 90 feet away as the go-ahead run, and T's job gets a little bit easier, just has to try and find some outfield grass. Of course, PK has a good bit of speed over there at third. I would love to score on a sac fly and make it simple. As it's going to be sent over towards the left side. Knowles is going to try and score. The play over at first is in time from Fulton, but T does a job just putting it in play, and Walla Walla jump out in front in the fifth. 3-2. The Sweets lead, and that'll bring up Mateo Rickman with just one out. Again, the Sweets capitalizing on the early opportunities in this inning. Saw the leadoff single from Hawson and then the walk from Owens, turning it to the top of the lineup. Exactly what Walla Walla wanted, and it plays out as just about as perfect as you could get it. So still only 1 out, 3, 4, 5 now in the lineup for Walla Walla, and could still tack on more into this inning as the infield now playing back for Rickman. Mateo 0 for 2 on the day, struck out looking his first time up, popped out to Jones, the second baseman, in his last time up. Again, always say that the third time through the order is where you start to see batting averages raise versus a starter, and it's being a pretty good description of it. Of course, this being the third time through now with Knowles and T, and of course Rickman, this being his third at-bat versus Jackson. One-two pitch is going to be an off-speed grounded sharply over towards Jones. He's able to pick it up and send it to Elrod for out number 2. So after the couple hits and walk back-to-back groundouts will get the Elks to 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th, but not done yet. Troy Osborne steps in for the third time versus Kendall. Again, flew out to center his first time up, and the last time up had himself a strong single through the middle. Even in Osborne's first time up was a rollover grounder to the shortstop. And then he had that strong single up the middle. Osborne tied for the West Coast League second place in doubles as fouls back-to-back away. Again, tallied 3 doubles very early. Had himself another very strong series, and that was put on full display versus Corvallis. Osborne batted 2 for 5, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs. Now he's going to get one up in towards the hands. Line drive picked up by Elrod, who is shifting over to his right, and that'll be out number 3, but it's Walla Walla who explode for 3 in the bottom of the 5th. The Sweets now lead 3-2 heading into the 6th inning.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesomely. Nearly 600 mil to people that play. Another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge, a win-win for all of us. Play Washington Lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington Lottery, lottery, yeah.
Visit walllottery.com. Who benefits to learn more.
DJ Kawahi continues to deal here in the 6th inning, as right now DJ sitting at 78 pitches, returning for another inning of work, but not too surprising if you saw the past spring for Kawahi, as high pitch counts was kind of his go-to. A ball lifted out towards center field. Kane is there for out number 1. So smooth and easy to set down Elron, and that will bring up Galvin for the 3rd time. But again, this past spring, saw Kawahi have some impressive showings to close it out, and being full display in really his final 5 starts of the season. Has talked a little bit about it in his first time getting a showing versus the Pippins last weekend. Tossed a ton of innings as Galvin a hard line drive out towards right field, but Guile is right there. And 2 up, 2 quickly down for DJ, and you can see just seeming to work more efficiently. And again, in his last 5 starts, through 6 2/3, through 7 innings, 8 innings, 9-inning complete game, and then another 8-inning showing to close out the spring season. In those 5 games, he averaged 107 to 108 pitches in each game. And of course, the standout game being the complete game he threw versus the University of British Columbia back on April 25th. 9 innings, allowed 1 run, had 1 strikeout, all on 114 pitches. Was an absolutely dominant showing versus UBC. So has himself a great bit of stamina as a right-hander. Again, DJ still just a freshman, tossing those kinds of numbers, put in a lot of good situations, having to fight through a lot of tough situations. Kicks and fires, fastball, and that one tipped, and it looks like off the throwing hand of Troy Osborne, and he's going to step up, shake off that hand, and the home plate umpire and Bryce Greaves will give him a moment, and looks like Osborne will go have a word with his manager and Leo Rivera. It looked like might have gotten him close to the index finger. Seems to be all good. This does take a couple tight squeezes, making sure that hand is all right. And 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and Kawahi looking for another 1-2-3 inning, and he will change up, drops below the barrel, pulls the string, gets Furuhata to swing over top of it, that being the 4th 1-2-3 inning of the start for Kawahi, as now it still remains up 3-2. Sweets hanging on to the lead going into the bottom half.
Whatever your printing needs, Abbott's Printing does it all. Signs and banners, rich, full-colored, high-quality commercial and digital printing, direct mailings, full-color business cards, and postcards. If you want a printing job done right, then Abbott's Printing is the place to be. Abbott's Printing provides award-winning quality and outstanding customer service. Visit abbotsprinting.com to view their selection or call 453-8202. That's 453-8202. Abbott's Printing, where the excellence is on paper.
Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is proud to be the official hotel of the Walla Walla Suite. Our guests are sure to get a great night's sleep in one of our recently remodeled rooms, and our 24-hour pool and spa are perfect for round-the-clock relaxation. Each night at Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is followed by a complimentary breakfast included with every stay. At Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla, you can catch some Z's while the Sweets catch some W's. Wins, that is.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
So it's going to be Landon Young leading things off for the Swedes here in the bottom of the sixth, and the first pitch swinging over top the breaking ball from Jackson Kendall, who's back out for another bit of work. Again, has tossed 70 pitches through the first 5 innings and returning after giving up the 3-run spot in the 5th. Has Young going right back to swinging at that breaking ball. Again, did see Young get on through a fielder's choice back in the 4th and then stole a base to put himself in scoring position. Still has yet to tally a hit. 0-2 delivery, and this one's going to be a heater, and it's going to be a one-hopper off the glove of Elrod. Still maybe a play. No, Jones can't pick it up clean. And that baseball might have had a little bit of butter on as it slips away from both Elrod and Jones, and Young will stand on first after the error. As there is another right-hander getting warm in the bullpen for Bend. As bunt being shown, pulled back by Guile. And good awareness to let that ball go. As it looks like that is Christian Estep getting ready in the bullpen for Bend. The junior right-hander out of Oklahoma City. And now a quick move from Kendall, just checking on the runner and Young. Beguile trying to find a way to put the ball in play as Young takes off, and another great jump will give Landon Young his second stolen base of the day. Again, 0 for 3, has now gotten on back-to-back time through a fielder's choice and an error, and makes the most of it with 2 stolen bases, putting himself into scoring position again. 1-1 pitch from Guile. We'll see what he goes for here. It's going to be heater inside from Kendall. Guile was able to foul it away as Gunnar has struck out back-to-back times versus the righty. Again, just looking to put a ball in play, maybe just try and move the runner and Young over to third, get a sac fly in chance, and he does try and ground to the right side, but a little bit too far ahead of it. Just trying to fend off anything he can as, again, that pitch count raising and raising for Kendall. Closing in on 80 pitches now. Drops another changeup down into the dirt. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Guile just looking to keep the swing short. Force the defense to try and work after already making an error. As the heater misses outside, and Guile could will himself on through a walk here. Ultimately just a good battle regardless of the outcome, trying to get that pitch count to raise more for Kendall. Try and knock him out of this game and take advantage of a bullpen arm. Kicks, fires, fastball drilled back up the middle. It's going to one-hop in front of Nato. Young will settle into third. And after back-to-back strikeouts, Guile tallies his first hit of the day. Just a sharp single up the middle and kept that swing short. Hands in, and that'll bring up Sam Kane. Kane very much trying to stay on top of the ball as well as he's popped up to the right side of the infield both times he's been up. Likely just trying to line something as the quick takeoff and swing and foul tip. We'll send Guile back to first. And seeing Kane still under it. We'll see if Sam does change that approach a little bit more, try and really stay up high and keep the barrel up. And now he's going to line one out towards left field, and a diving catch made by Pupo. We'll see the runner tag in Young. He'll come across to score. A great play from the Bend left fielder, but it results in a sac fly for Sam Kane to make it 4-2 Sweets. A good barrel out of Kane and not getting on top, and looks like we very well might have ourselves pitching change here. It looks like the head coach of the Elks and Alan Cox will talk to the home plate umpire in Bryce Greaves, and it does look like that is going to be it for the big righty as Cox goes out there. It will be Kendall who exits here in the 6th inning. Does get through 5 1/3, 4 strikeouts, allowing 4 runs, and the Sweets can still do more damage versus the new right-hander. It's 4-2 Walla Walla lead in the bottom of the 6th. We'll be right back.
Whatever your printing needs, Abbott's Printing does it all. Signs and banners, rich, full-colored, high-quality commercial and digital printing, direct mailings, full-color business cards, and postcards. If you want a printing job done right, then Abbott's Printing is the place to be. Abbott's Printing provides award-winning quality and outstanding customer service. Visit abbotsprinting.com to view their selection or call 453-8202. That's 453-8202. Abbott's Printing, where the excellence is on paper.
Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is proud to be the official hotel of the Walla Walla Suite. Our guests are sure to get a great night's sleep in one of our recently remodeled rooms, and our 24-hour pool and spa are perfect for round-the-clock relaxation. Each night at Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla is followed by a complimentary breakfast included with every stay. At Holiday Inn Express Walla Walla, you can catch some Z's while the Sweets catch some W's. Wins, that is.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kinda is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
So the new arm will, in fact, be Christian Estep out of Rogers State University. He'll come in to take over, and ultimately a pretty good showing out of the 6'5" right-hander in Jackson Kendall. Got through 5 1/3, allowing 3 earned runs, just 2 walks, having 4 strikeouts in that time, and spun 80 pitches. But now the Sweets able to claim the lead last inning, have added on another, and still a chance to do more damage. Gaines Hawson steps in with 1 out and 1 on. Again, it's Gunnar Guile standing on first for the Sweets. And Hawson welcoming the new arm. And the runner immediately takes off, and the swing is late from Hawson. Good liner, but foul. Out towards Sluggers concessions. Estep just finished up his junior season with the Hillcats of Rogers State in Division II. Tossed 9 appearances, just over 10 innings. Himself an 8.71 ERA, now lives upstairs. Again, had 10 strikeouts in those 10 innings, but also did have 9 walks, gave up several doubles. Now tries a quick pickoff move to check on Guile. Again, did see a step transfer into Rogers State after his time at Northern Oklahoma ended. Now another foul tip away, and did well with his time at the Jets, and trying to transition that into summer ball as well. And the Swedes have just been able to stay really clean in their swings. Again, have only seen the one extra base hit the double from Peyton Knowles. And now another quick move over towards first. And that big swing from Knowles was what really kind of turned this game around. Tied things up, and then saw him get knocked in further on by Trevor T. Again, the Swedes just capitalizing on the couple mistakes we've seen from the Elks. Again, Landon Young, who was the fourth run that scored earlier this inning, got on through an error. It was just a chopper of a ground ball to the first baseman in Elrod. Couldn't field it clean as an awkward swing from Hawson, and he'll go down on strikes. So the first out is, well, the first out for a step is found. The second out this inning, as it turns to the 9-hitter in Owens. 0 for 1, popped out his first time, walked and scored. And his last time up, again, that was just back in the 5th. A step fastball is going to get sent out towards deep left field by Austin Owens. Did he get enough of it? Yes, he did. Austin Owens. Big fly in the bottom of the 6th, and the Swedes jump out to a 6-2 lead here in Borleske. And the Lope ropes one to deep left field. Christian Estepan, just the second batter he faces, is taken to deep left field by Austin Owens. Absolutely crushed that ball to deep left field, and the bench right behind him. To get up for that play again, Owens just finished up his freshman year at Grand Canyon University and didn't get himself a ton of time as a freshman at GCU, and ultimately only got 14 at-bats for the Lopes, and steps in and delivers a bomb. 6-2. Swedes leading now as the 9-hitter in a huge homer, and it turns things over to PK. Sharp grounder back over to first, and it's going to be flipped right back to a step to finally find the third out. But again, a 2-out, 2-run homer from Austin Owens to get the lead out to 6-2. 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th, 3 more in the bottom of the 6th. It is 6-2 into the 7th.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at UnderwriterHondaofWallaWalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesomely. Nearly 600 mil to people that play. Another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge, a win-win for all of us. Play Washington lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington lottery, lottery, yeah.
Visit walllottery.com. Who benefits to learn more.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code.
And into the top of the 7th we go as the Sweets have jumped out to a 6-2 lead. Again, 3 runs in the 5th, 3 runs in the 6th. And now DJ Kawahi continues to fire as count goes 1-1. And Braden Jones still looking for his first hit. Had the line drive back to DJ in his first time up. And then walked his second time up. Did come around to score for the second run. But Kawahi currently pitch number 90 upcoming, misses down and in towards the back ankle. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and DJ up to 90 pitches now. Only tossed 8 in the last inning thrown in. Really just showing that pure efficiency. Now another foul tip makes it 2 balls, 2 strikes still, but Kawahi again through a full 6 innings has only allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 2 hit by pitches. Again, the only runs to come across got on base through hit by pitch and walk, as it's going to be collected by Whitman down the first base side. He'll step on the base himself. So another batter set down, and that brings up the shortstop in Fulton. He does have one of those 3 hits on the evening so far for Ben. Now inside out, short hopper to Rickman, knocks it down, and again he'll just step on first himself. So Mateo Rickman back-to-back solo putouts over there at first base. And an easy 2 up, 2 down for Kawahi. So picks up those 2 outs with 7 pitches, and you can see DJ already in his wind-up motion before Nato even steps in, rearing and ready to go. Likes to keep the pace moving swiftly as the heater tracks up towards the shoulders. Again, Kawahi definitely a guy who gets into a rhythm and sticks to it. And a lot of time that rhythm is very quick. Goes back to the heater towards the letters, and Nato will get himself up 2-0 in the count. And have seen that 4-pitch mix on full display by DJ. Has the heater, goes to a lot, has the curve, the slider, and the changeup, which he says is his best pitch. Seen it a couple times, and count goes 2-1. Now a sharp grounder over towards short. Austin's is on it, fires off the off leg, and the dig not going to be found by Rickman. And it was Austin Owens who tried to fire it off the right leg, that being the off leg through that play. Just kind of off balance, and have seen a dig out of Rickman prior, but could not hold on to that one. So the error will keep the top of the 7th going and stops it from being a 1-2-3 inning. As Pupo will step in another time, and a good move from Kawahi. And it looks like they're going to call obstruction on Mateo Rickman, the first baseman, saying that his foot was in front of the base, and that will move Nato up to second. So saw the throwing error that got tallied onto Austin Owens, and then saw the obstruction move Nato up to second and into scoring position, and Kawahi is now just going to bear down on Pupo. And Pupo did have himself a single up the middle his last time up after striking out back-to-back. 0-2 deliveries, another heater. This time it's grounder over towards the right side. T is able to knock it down, gets it over to first, and DJ Kawahi is through 7 innings, 99 pitches for DJ, and has held the Bend Elks to just 2 runs.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at underwriterhondaofwallawalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla Orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda.
So into the bottom of the 7th after the stretch, DJ Kawahi has continued to be ever so efficient on the other side through 99 pitches. Got through 7 innings and really limiting the Bend Elks. And now Christian Step will continue to fire on the other side, trying to limit the damage as the Sweets have been able to pack on 6 runs in just 2 innings. And it'll be 2, 3, 4 in the lineup to try and do it again. As Trevor is still hunting for his first hit on the day. Is 0 for 2 with a walk and an RBI as the curveball tracks low from a step. As a step sends a fastball, it's going to get popped up into shallow center field on the cut of the grass. It's going to be Fulton who's there for out number 1. And that is the second pop out to Fulton from T. So that brings up Rickman. And Rickman, another guy still looking for his first hit, as have seen a little bit of a struggle. Currently, the 2, 3, 4, 5 batters have 1 hit combined, and that was out of Troy Osborne back in the 4th inning. As T. Rickman and Landon Young all hitless so far. Rickman looking to change that here in the bottom of the 7th. And 6-2 lead in effect gives the Sweets some breathing room, as Rickman going to send one out towards right center field. Tracking in is Nato, and it looks like catch will be made by Sir in the right fielder. So 2 up, 2 down for a Step, and has stayed efficient so far in his time. Now through an inning and a third and just 12 pitches in relief. But up steps Troy Osborne to play spoiler. Instead, it's going to be a pop-up into foul territory. Cruising in is Elrod. He's there. And a very clean inning out of Christian Estep as he tossed just 5 pitches to get 3 outs, and that sends us swiftly on to the 8th.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools and retailers awesomely. Nearly 600 mil to people that play. Another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge, a win-win for all of us. Play Washington's lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington's lottery, lottery, yeah.
Visit walllottery.com. Who benefits to learn more.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest. You are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
So it is a new arm taking over in the top of the eighth for Walla Walla. It was a quality start out of DJ Kawahi. Finishes with 7 innings tossed, 99 pitches, allowed just 3 hits and 2 runs in his time, striking out 8. And the new arm that steps in is the William and Mary right-hander in Charlie Seneker, making his first appearance as a Sweet. Again, got 2 players from the College of William and Mary out in Virginia. Of course, Blake Moore, the lefty, who we've already seen a couple times, and Charlie Seneker, the righty, steps in for the first time as a Sweet. Just finished up his freshman year and had himself a pretty good showing on the bullpen. Made 15 appearances out of the pen for William and Mary. Had himself a 1-2 record, 21 strikeouts across 33 innings. Did pick up his first career win after going 4 innings with 1 run and 3 strikeouts versus Binghamton back in February. But returning back to the Pacific Northwest, as Charlie originally out of Mercer Island, Washington, as a hot shot over towards third base, is checking on the Bend third base coach, making sure that he's up and active. As Tallarico on the 1-2 count, swings and misses, and Seneker, in the first batter that he faces as a Sweet, sends him back to the bench on strikes. So Josh Sir will step in again, 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch and 2 strikeouts. And was hit on the backhand in his first time up, and since then has struck out twice. Seneker kicks in, deals, and a good off speed that just breaks under the bat of the cleanup hitter. Quick 0-2 count. And Seneker standing at 6'1", 200 pounds. And great to have him with us here in Walla Walla. And now we'll set down back-to-back. Got Tallarico swinging, gets Sir looking. Two up, 2 down on both strikeouts, and that will bring up Mason Elrod. Elrod having one of the few hits for Bend in this game. Again, right now the Elks have had 3 hits total. Now Seneker misses down low, back-to-back. Count goes 2-0. Now it's going to be a sharp grounder over to the left side. Young is there off the right leg. A great play from Landon Young, and Charlie Seneker in his first inning as a Walla Walla Sweet makes it look easy. 2 Ks and a ground out to send us to the bottom half.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
Washington's lottery gives out a lot of green to winners in schools 600 mil to people that play. Another 180 mil to vocational training and education from preschool to college. Now you got the knowledge, a win-win for all of us. Play Washington Lottery, lottery, lottery. Play Washington Lottery, lottery, yeah.
Visit walllottery.com. Who benefits to learn more.
It's time to play ball with Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you're more than a guest. You are part of the family. And here's an exclusive offer for all you Sweets fans. Show us your Walla Walla Sweets ticket at your next service visit and receive 10% off any regular price service performed. Formerly Walla Walla Valley Honda, same great automotive family and proud sponsor of the Walla Walla Sweets. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla, where you walk in as a guest and drive off as family.
Walla Walla trying to add on some more here in the bottom of the 8th. The lead by 4 over the Bend Elks. And would love to try and pick up some extra for Charlie Seneker to close it out in the 9th, as Landon Young will be the leadoff man, and Lando still hunting for his first hit of the night. Fly out fielder's choice and got on through error. Eventually came across to score again. Just an explosive 5th and 6th inning from the Sweets, tallying 3 runs in each. Then were set down very quickly in the 7th by a Step, who again got through the 7th inning on just 5 pitches, setting down the 2-3-4 batters for Walla Walla with just 5 pitches. And now we'll try and do it again and get Ben right back onto the 6 to close it down. Kicks and deals to Young. Will find strike 1 at the knees. A 1 is going to be ripped into left center field by Young. That ball will get all the way to the fence in the gap, and Young will cruise into second, standing for a leadoff double. So Landon Young delivers his first hit of the evening, a leadoff double versus a Step, and the Sweets definitely hunting for more. So Gunnar Guile steps in to try and take advantage of the leadoff double, checking on scores around the West Coast League as the Ridgefield Raptors leading Port Angeles 5-0. Bellingham leading Springfield 5-2. Kamloops and Wenatchee knotted up 7-7 in the bottom of the 5th. Has been a close game there. Again, this game has been moving pretty quickly along. Edmonton currently having themselves a massive lead over the Night Owls of Nanaimo, 14-3, as ball going to be sent up way high out towards center field. Nato will settle under it, seeing Young tagging up, and he is trying to move up towards third. The throw in from Nato is offline, and Guile will fly out, but ultimately moves the runner just 90 feet away and puts the sac fly in contention for Sam Kane. Again, Edmonton leading over Nanaimo 14-3. Kelowna currently shutting out the Harbor Cats of Victoria 4-0. The other South Divisional matchup between Yakima Valley and Marion, the Pippins leading 9-3 over the Berries. That being a big showing from Yakima Valley against Marion, who is currently leading the West Coast League in the standings 5-1. And then Corvallis and Portland having themselves a nail-biting game. They're still only in the 4th, but it is 0-0 in Portland. And 6-2 in this one as Kane rips one in towards the Walla Walla dugout and keeping some of the Sweets pitchers on their toes. Again, there just seems to be a couple guys down there in the bullpen. No one getting warmed up, just separating themselves, as pitchers tend to do. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and another ball into the dirt. Young taking off from third, trying to score. He will. Some miscommunication between the Elks as a Step was not to home in time, and it looked like Galvin was going to try and tag him himself before he realized no chance. Landon Young, some aggressive base running to score off his own double. Again, a reminder, had the leadoff double, advanced on a fly ball out to center field, then scored on a ball that just gets by Galvin. And now we're going to see Sam Kane rip one out to deep center field. Trailing back is Nato into the gap. He's got it. Well struck by Sam Kane, but Nato will find himself his second putout of the inning. So 2 down and no one on. Yet beautiful scenes here in Borleske as the sun continuing to set. A flag just past center field, a bright pink, and so is the horizon as Hassan takes ball 1 low. Hassan 1 for 2 on the day. Hit by pitch, a single and a strikeout, and now is going to foul one straight back to even up the count 1-1. But 7-3, the lead extends on account of Landon Young. Call and strike makes it 1-2 for Gaines. Kick and deals a breaking ball. It's going to be poked up the middle. Diving stop from Fulton and some great range out of Adam Fulton, but ultimately just not enough time to get that ball over towards first. It's an infield single for Hassan, and now he's 2 for 3 on the day. And so that brings up Austin Owens. Again, Owens with the big 2-run homer in his last time up. Now squares up again versus the right-hander and Cade Finazzo. Fires in a fastball low and away corner, misses the spot. Finazzo kicks and deals another ball upstairs. And Finazzo just finished his sophomore season at Cal State San Bernardino. Transferred into play with the Coyotes after his first year at Cal Baptist. Now this ball is going to get lifted out towards shallow center field. Nato trailing in. He's got it for out number 3. As Landon Young, a double and aggressive base running tallies the 7th run for Walla Walla, and then 3 flyouts. All to Nato in center, sends us on to the 9th. It's 7-2 Sweets.
I love coming in here. Everybody is always super welcoming. They always greet me by name. You can tell that everyone here actually likes working here.
My favorite thing about Walla Walla orthodontics is how nice the staff are. They're funny, fun, and they're helpful.
I had what was called 3D braces. They were the same color as my teeth. People would say, "Oh, you have braces?" They didn't even know that I had braces. I highly recommend this orthodontist office.
Play, stay, get away at Clearwater River Casino in Lewiston, Idaho. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe. Experience Namipu hospitality with 600 gaming machines, comfortable lodging, dining, and sports bar. Excitement is everywhere. The region's premier destination for events and entertainment. Win big with unforgettable concerts, comedy shows, and live sports action. Discover your next play, stay, get away. Visit crcasino.com and start your adventure today.
Walla Walla Valley Honda is now Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. The same great automotive family is here for all your needs. Service, parts, new Hondas, and top quality used vehicles, all backed by expert staff with the highest standards in the industry. After all, you're family at Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla and deserve the best. Visit us at UnderwriterHondaofWallaWalla.com to schedule service or a test drive today. Underwriter Honda of Walla Walla. Walk in as a guest, drive off as family.
So Marcus Galvin will lead things off for the Elks in the top of the 9th. Ben need 5 to keep this game going. And Walla Walla looking to close it down and claim the series opener. And Charlie Seneker who had a very clean 8th inning, comes back in again, misses just low. Kicks, deals again inside towards that front hip. Ball's 2-0 versus Galvin, and Seneca in the top of the 8th had back-to-back strikeouts, then a ground out to third. And now the 2-0 swung on and found straight down. Galvin still looking for his first hit of the day. 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts and a walk. That walk being all the way back in the top of the first. Seneca fires in towards the back, and it looks like home plate umpire and Bryce Greaves will say that that got the catcher, and Galvin will work his way down to first, and that is now the first base runner versus Seneca. So we're going to see a pinch hitter come in, and that's going to be Carter Hess who steps in. As Carter Hess is a two-way player, right-handed pitcher and an outfielder who comes in to pinch hit. But again, Hess does know one of the coaches in the opposing dugout, as his head coach during the spring was the Sweets pitching coach in Corey Keir. Again, Corey Keir, the Sweets assistant and pitching coach, and during the spring, coaches from Mount Hood Community College in Oregon. And Carter Hess just finished up his freshman year there, swings and misses at the 1-0, and the count evens up. He's going to turn one foul, a chopper towards the third base side. So 1-2 count, no outs. And still Galvin leading off of first, looking to advance on something he can. Meanwhile, the Sweets just trying to close it down nice and easy. Big swing and a miss from Hess, and he's going to go down swinging as the pinch hitter does not pay off, and that will bring up Braden Jones. So the lefty facing up against Seneca, swings the first pitch he sees is going to be grounded towards Austin Owens, steps on second himself, relay over to first is retrieved by Rickman. And it is a 6-3 double play to close out the twin killing from Austin Owens. Finishes it off, and Charlie Seneca gets through the final 2 innings in just 6 batters, and Walla Walla claim the series opener versus Ben 7-2. And ultimately a great offensive showing out of the Sweets. Saw a lot of guys step up, big-time gains. Hawson went 2 for 3. Saw Peyton Knowles have himself a 2 for 4 game with 2 RBIs on his double. Saw Austin Owens, of course, deliver his first home run in college baseball, scoring 2. And then, of course, the pitching was outstanding. DJ Kawahi, Charlie Seneca combining, just allowing 3 hits and 2 runs across the full game. An outstanding showing from the pitching staff. Again, DJ tossing 99 pitches, striking out 8. And then Charlie Seneca coming in and finishing out the final 2. No hits, no runs, no walks, 3 Ks to finish it out strong. A great game for Walla Walla to take the first one versus the Elks. Of course, game 2 versus Ben will be back tomorrow here Saturday, 6:35 p.m. will be another strong showing versus the Elks, but Walla Walla pick up their first versus the Elks. Thank you for joining us on the Walla Walla Sweets YouTube. We'll see you back tomorrow here at Borleske Stadium. First pitch, 6:35 p.m. I've been Brad Whitman. One more time, your final score.